and welcome to our program. Today Emma is going to tell us a little bit more about Sikhism here in Denmark. Let's check it out. Hi Emma.
Hi Ruth.
How are you doing?
Very good, how are you?
Good. Thank you for asking and thank you so much for having us.
Of course.
So what do you want to show us today?
Today we're going to show you the exhibition about Sikhs in Denmark, which we opened a few weeks ago. It's actually closing tomorrow, so this is the very last day, opening day. And it's based on an exhibition that we had at the Danish Immigration Museum for 1.5 years. But this is a very kind of a small edition, a small exhibition.
So it was based on the other one?
It was based on the exhibition at the Danish Immigration Museum, but when we closed that and dismantled that, we really wanted to actually tell the story about the Sikh community in Denmark to more people. And also because most Sikhs actually live in Copenhagen or Greater Copenhagen area. So we know a lot of people here in Aarhus and other parts of Denmark, they don't know about Sikhs. So we wanted to get that story out to lots of other people as well.
And this was also from coming from a project, right?
Yeah.
A research project?
Yeah. So this is actually our contribution to a research project at Aarhus University, which is called Religion, Living Heritage. And the project is really about how museums can get better at disseminating religion and sort of putting religious perspectives into their collections and into their exhibitions and so on. So the exhibition at the Danish Immigration Museum was the first contribution to the project, and then we did this one as well to get it more out to other people as well. Yeah.
And why do you think that this needs to be talked about? Like, why are museums? Why do museums need to improve, let's say, in this aspect?
Well, mainly because a lot of Danish museums are maybe somewhat afraid of talking about religion. Religion is often considered like a very private thing in Denmark. So we wanted to get better at telling people's stories about religion, not just Christianity, but also minority religion as well. Because we do have a lot of minority communities in Denmark as well. And we think it's very important to make sure that these stories are also told. So people feel like they are also recognized by the museums as institutions as well. Yeah. So that's why we decided to do this one as well. Yeah. The first Sikhs in Denmark came here in the end of the 60s and the beginning of the 70s. Quite a lot of them actually came as tourists, really, because some of them had been in contact with Europeans in India and they wanted to sort of explore the European continent. So as you can see on this map, they started, most of them, in Punjab, which is like the state for most Sikhs. And then they went by train and by boat and perhaps also by bus all the way to Europe.
That's quite a long journey.
It's a very long journey, but also because most people at this time maybe couldn't afford to buy plane tickets, so they had to go like in another way. And a lot of them started off in Munich, in Germany, where they got jobs. And in the 60s and 70s, Denmark actually opened its borders to working migrants. So when Denmark did that, some of the Sikhs in Munich decided to go all the way to Denmark to work as well. And most of them settled in Copenhagen. So that's why we see that most Sikh Community Day is also based in Copenhagen. As we can see here, this is actually a picture taken in Punjab. Some of the men who left, they were mainly like young men who left at the beginning.
So this picture is from the 60s?
Yeah, I think it's from the 60s or 70s. And here we also have a passport for a man named Rajpal Singh. He's been very important to us in making this exhibition, and he also decided to actually donate the passport to the museum.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite great. So this is from the 1970s, and this one was used to cross the border to Denmark when he came here. Yeah, so he was one of the first.
And he's still here?
He's still here, yes, with his wife as well. They live in close to Copenhagen and have children. And
they're all staying here?
Sorry?
They're all staying here?
They are all in Denmark, yeah, with his children and everything. So, yeah, it's really like a great story, I think, Russ Parl. So we've been very fond of him like as a partner here. So that was like the first theme of the exhibition, and then we wanted to do something about Punjab, and especially, you know, how people sometimes miss their home countries when they go to a new country to stay in. So we wanted to sort of create an atmosphere of Punjab here. We have the movie, as you can see, with lots of footage from Punjab. We have a picture over here. You can see that as well. This is from Punjab. The state of Punjab is greatly influenced by agriculture. It's a very important thing in Punjab because a lot of people live off agriculture and especially wheat production. And as you can see, it says here that Punjab is a little bit bigger than Denmark, but 30 million people are living there. So it's quite dense in a way. And also we have on the other side here a very important shop in Copenhagen.
This is, both pictures are in Copenhagen?
Yeah, it's actually from the same shop. It's in Vesterbrogade, and it was established because a lot of people, when they go to new countries, they sort of miss their old countries as well. And one of the things that you can do is maybe try to, you know, eat the same food that you did in your old country, wear the same clothes, all of that. So that's actually what happened here, is that this one was established because they wanted to be able to buy food from India and from Punjab to make, you know, sort of a homey atmosphere.
And this has been there since '77?
Yeah, it's closed now, unfortunately. It closed in 2014, but it was there for quite a long time.
Do you happen to know why it closed?
I actually don't know. I think maybe it was difficult to keep running, also because the prices in Copenhagen are rising all the time. So I think it was, and I know one of the shop owners was here at the reception when we opened the exhibition. And
so people from Copenhagen came here.
Yeah, they came here. Yeah, and but he's an old man, so I don't think anyone was there to really take over the place. So unfortunately, it had to to close.
Is there any other similar shops in Copenhagen from the Sikh community? Do you happen to know that? Or?
I don't think there is. I don't think there's lots of like Indian shops, but not specifically for Sikhs. I don't think so.
That's sad. The only one.
It is in a way, because this one was there for quite a long time, really. So it would have been fun to see it today as well. Yeah. Yes. All right. So.
And you also have some.
Yes.
Spices here?
Different spices. So this actually looked a lot better when we opened it. It wasn't quite as messy, but that's the thing. But we have different spices, and what we're asking people is to sort of guess what kind of spices are here, so they can smell it. And so this is rice, of course, but you can smell like this one, it's curry. Sort of also to just, get the atmosphere of India and what kind of place is Punjab in that sense.
And do you know what this one is?
I think this is common.
I'm so bad at these things, I can never guess. No idea.
It can be actually quite difficult.
Try this one. No idea.
But when we set it up, it was really nice because it was just,
very strong.
It was so strong, So that was quite funny to see all the children coming here and just grabbing everything and like smelling it. So that was quite nice. All right, so the third theme we have here is about Kirtan, which is a very important type of music for Sikhs. They play it in the what's called the Gurdwara, which is the temples. And they go here and they play different instruments. You can see some of them here. These are not all the instruments. We also have some down here. But they're quite big, so we couldn't exhibit them here. You can actually also hear it if you like.
Yeah. Okay.
I think.
So this is the music.
This is the music, and they're singing.
Are they singing something specific? Like, is there a topic?
They are. Because when Sikhs go to the Gurdwara, they have like sort of like a holy scripture, the way that we see the Bible is for Christianity, and it's called Guru Granth Sahib.
Okay.
And it contains a lot of like hymns.
Okay.
So. What they're doing is sort of reciting those hymns, and then they do it with music. So they are actually singing, and as you maybe heard, it's both men and women and children.
I can only distinguish the men's voice. Maybe it's because it's stronger. So.
But it's actually quite a long take. So later on, you can hear the children singing as well and the women singing as well. So they sort of recite these hymns together when they are in the Gurdwara.
Okay.
And playing the instruments as well. Yeah.
And you mentioned that there was 2 temples.
There are 2 temples in Denmark at the moment, but they are both in Copenhagen or Greater Copenhagen area. So nothing here in Aarhus yet.
Yet. And do you happen to know if the Sikh community is more how do you say, like not focused, but living together, kind of? Because what we mentioned before is when you're missing home, when you're missing your home country, you want to be surrounded by things that remind you of home. And obviously, like people coming from the same place is like probably the strongest thing that you can get. Do you know if it's usual for them to live together or live close by, or?
I think over the years they have spread out more. I think in the beginning it's very usual. We see that for a lot of migrant communities. They stay together and they meet up in the Gurdwara, for instance. But I think because the first Sikhs came to Denmark 50 years ago, and now they have kids and grandchildren, and they are just, they're spreading everywhere. They're going to Copenhagen to study there. Some of them are going to Aarhus to study there. So I think the community is probably a bit more widespread today than it used to be.
Before.
Yeah. But as I said before, most of them are located in
the same area.
Yeah, in Greater Copenhagen, so it's not far from each other. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Is there any specific songs or something that they have like on their holidays? Is there like specific holidays that they have that they celebrate? Do you know something about it?
I don't think there is. Maybe there are. I don't know if they have something specifically. Yeah, no, I don't know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is from the temple also?
I don't think this one is from the temple, because they don't usually have to do it in the temple. They can also do it like at home if they want to play Kirtan at home.
Okay.
So I think this one is. It actually looks kind of like maybe like a party room, because you can see here it says beer, water, coffee. Different types of alcohol. So I think maybe it's a place to throw parties, for instance. But this one is the Harmonium, so it's actually this one down here, you can see. Which is also very important in Kirtan.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would like to know how that looks from
the other side.
Yeah, the other side.
It actually looks a bit like a, I don't know the English word for that, but in churches there's this.
The organ?
Yeah, exactly. Not the piano, but similar to that one. Yeah. So it's kind of like that. Okay, so the fourth theme we have here is really about clothing, because it's quite important, and you can see it's quite colorful. a lot of the clothing, and very beautiful as well.
So cool.
Yeah. So one of the most, I think, would say, famous things about Sikhs is definitely the turban. Most Sikhs can be recognized by wearing a turban. Not all of them does it, but some do.
Is there a specific reason that they do it? Do you know if it's how is it connected to their religion, or it just happens to be something?
Well, actually, turbans is a very sort of old thing to wear, but I think it's been linked to Sikhism for like a very long time. So it's kind of, you know, a part of the religion, part of the culture, really. And there's like a very long tradition for Sikhs to wear turbans. But I think it can also vary from person to person, because, as I told before, not all Sikhs wear them.
Yeah.
So some choose to do it, some choose not to do it, and mostly I think people have different kinds of turbans as well, so they can make it in different colors as well. So it's actually very festive to see that in a way.
And is there a specific way that they need to use it, or that also varies?
I think that varies as well.
Okay.
They can choose to use it in different ways.
So there's like no strict rules, kind of?
Not the way that I understand it, because they can...
It's quite flexible.
Yeah, they can choose to wear it if they want to, and they can choose not to if they don't want to. The same goes actually for the 5Ks here.
What are the 5Ks?
The 5Ks are sort of 5 things that Sikhs wear if they are part of what they call Khalsa. So they are, you can see these bracelets here. They wear that around the arm. There's a comb here for hair.
Does it have to be wood? Is it a...
Yeah, actually, yeah. Usually it is wood, and they use it for the males. They don't usually, not all the time, but usually they don't shave like beard or hair, cut their hair. So they use the comb to fix it, the hair and the beard. So that's 3 of the case, and then on the other side we have this undergarment, which is also part of the 5Ks, and we also have a dagger. Some wear a dagger, but in Denmark that's quite difficult because you cannot wear like a knife that's longer than, I think, 7 centimeters or something. So most people, they don't like wear that because it doesn't make any sense to the rules that are here to wear this one.
And what do these 5Ks mean? Like, and when it's introduced in their life? We were talking before about this baptism.
Yeah, sort of a baptism in a way. Yeah, so not the same way a turbans is that not all Sikhs are, you know, wear these 5Ks. It depends. But as I told before, that some of the Sikhs that are part of Khalsa, they choose to wear the 5Ks, and usually you can actually see it. We also saw it here when we did the opening, that a lot of the Sikhs who came and attended the reception, they wore like the bracelets, for instance. So it's sort of sometimes it's you can use it to kind of recognize who are Sikhs and who aren't Sikhs in a way.
The bracelets. And is there a particular arm that they need to?
I think they can wear it wherever. Sometimes they wear it on both arms as well, I think.
And the material, does it also need to be the same? Or,
yeah, these are mainly made of steel, I think. So it's kind of like the comb it's usually made of wood. So these are very typical, the ones that you see in this one. Just very traditional in a way. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have exhibited some of the clothing that's used for mainly parties, really. So you can see some of the women's clothing here. So usually you wear them over. Now let me see if I can. So there's a pair of undergarment here. You can see that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you wear
So
that.
the pants and the dress,
then,
or is it more like a vest?
Somewhere in between, I think.
Okay.
So it's kind of a dress, but also kind of, because it's not very long, but of
Yeah.
course you have the undergarments underneath, and then there's this kind of scarf thing that you can wear above the shoulders or above the head. You can actually see it on the picture here.
Okay.
See, they're wearing the scarves around the heads, and they're wearing the undergarments. You can see that here, and then the dresses or vests.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it common for them to use this in special occasions, or is it like a daily life?
Not so much daily life. I think it's mainly for like special occasions when they go to like weddings or the Diwali festival or something like that. So it's more like festive clothing, really. I know this one is also used for. This is for a man.
This looks so nice.
Yeah, so it's usually used for weddings.
Okay.
Because it's so nice, you know.
Yeah.
It's really pretty, I think.
Yeah. Oh my! Like using this type of clothes every day. Like wow.
Yeah.
I feel like royalty.
So most people, they just, wear everyday outfits on every day, like the ones we're wearing.
have now.
So,
Yes.
so yeah, this is definitely for festive occasions.
And what is this?
Oh, this is what would you call that? I don't know.
I don't know the name either.
No.
But it's I understand.
Yeah.
But I've never seen, like, usually that's the shape, like half moon shape,
it
but
is.
I've never seen it constructed like that.
No, it's actually quite nice, I think. I don't know if it's handmade. It could be handmade, this one. So we had a few, and we wanted to exhibit just one of them because they're so nice.
And this is also common for special occasions.
I think it can be used for special occasions as well as
More like an accessory.
Yeah, exactly. And I think maybe it, Punjab. I think I've never been to
Quite
Punjab,
hot.
but it's quite hot. So I think
Yeah.
it could be used for just keeping the heat away.
Yeah.
And we have also exhibited a few accessories here, like jewelry.
Yeah.
So
This looks so cool.
yeah, so
I love these earrings.
yeah, they're very pretty. And this one is sometimes they use it like in the forehead, so you sort of put it into the hair, and then it sits here, and bracelets as well. And we have these peak shoes, which are also used for like festive occasions.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Like it goes all the way until here.
Yeah, it's very nice. So I
So
think
this is typical for this.
for festive occasions, I think as well. It's usually worn there, but they're quite festive as well, and colorful. And I think this is for men, and this is for women. So so very nice.
Wow. Yeah,
It is.
I love the colors.
Yeah, definitely. Then we have like the last theme is really just about the community in Denmark. We have a few pictures here from some of the sport that is known for Sikhs and Sikhism. This one is called Gatka.
Gatka.
So they fight with these sort of, they're not swords really, but
Like wooden sticks.
yeah, exactly, wooden sticks.
So this is the beginning of a match. They are.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's quite an old picture, really. But they're kind of demonstrating, how to fight with sticks.
Okay.
And this is from another sport called Punjabi Kabaddi, which is very popular. Kabaddi in India and in Asia. We don't see it a lot in Europe. But there's actually like a national team in Denmark, and they have participated in World Cups in Punjab.
Wow. And what is that sport about?
It's actually quite difficult to explain, but you have two teams, and they compete against each other, and then they have to sort of catch one another in the field.
Okay.
So you don't play it with like a ball or a stick or something. It's almost like, what do you call that when you catch someone like this?
A catch. I think it's called catch.
Yeah, exactly.
So you just touch the other person and they freeze?
Yeah,
Like
I'm not too sure about the rules of this game, but but as we wrote here, it's sort of a mix between catching each other and wrestling. Really,
Okay.
so it's also like a physically
yeah.
like a difficult sport.
Yeah. Wow.
So, but they have participated, and there's also a women's national team in Denmark. They also participated.
That is
in
really
the World
cool.
Cup. Yeah, it is. So yeah, and we have. We can maybe go to the other side. So this is also a bit about the community, because the pictures that you see here are from one of the gurdwaras in Denmark, and you can see.
And what is that?
It's the temple.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah. So this is after the religious activities. Sikhs usually meet up, and they talk together, and they make something called langar, which is sort of like a feast, like a common feast. And maybe I should show you, but we have like a very large pot over here. So in this pot, a vegetarian meal is really prepared in this one, and it has to be quite big because a lot of people, participate in langar and they eat it together. So they sort of prepare the meal in here, and it's always vegetarian, because all people, no matter what kind of religion or ethnicity you have, they want you to be part of langar and to be able to participate in that. So that's why it has to be vegetarian, the meal.
Okay. So
Here they are actually eating the meal, which has been prepared in the gurdwara. So they're all sitting on the floor. That's another sign of equality, that everyone sits on the floor together, because no one is, supposed to be more rich or poor than the others. So they, drink and eat together. And so that's a very important thing. And the last one I just wanted to show you is really about Sikh Youth, which is an organization also mainly based in Copenhagen. But I think for the past years there's been like a lot of young Sikhs really wanted Danish people and Danish population to understand what Sikhism is all about and what Sikh life is about in Denmark. So they founded the organization to tell their story as well. So one of the things they've done is they've done a lot of turban days. We had one here last Saturday.
Wow.
So people come and they can try on a turban. It's quite nice.
I think I saw that event.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you did.
Okay.
So they were here, some of them, and usually there's a lot of like kids and adults that participate in the turban day, and it's really quite, just a fun day where people get to talk to some of the young Sikhs, and they get to, tell about Sikhism and what it is, and
learn more, but in a more informal type of environment.
And also about like what is life like in Denmark as a young Sikh here. Because of course they have maybe grandparents who immigrated from Punjab to Denmark, but they didn't do so themselves. Most of them are just born in Denmark. So
the struggle is different.
It is different, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, let's see. I think we've seen most of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we covered quite a lot.
Yeah.
Then well, thank you so much for having
you're welcome.
us. That was it for today. Thank you so much for staying with us. See you next time.